Captain Maya Rodriguez felt the ship shake as it fell through the thick clouds. The metal walls groaned around her. Red warning lights flashed everywhere. She gripped her chair tight and tried to stay calm. "Lisa, how bad is it?" Maya asked her friend. Dr. Lisa Park looked up from her computer screen. Her face was pale. "The engines are dead. We're going to crash." Maya closed her eyes for a moment. This was not how she wanted to die. 3 months ago, she had been a respected captain in the Federation Navy. Now she was falling toward a planet that was supposed to kill her. The Federation Council had been angry when Maya found their secret files. They were stealing money and lying to everyone. When Maya tried to tell the truth, they called her a traitor. The punishment was exile to Calthera Prime, a world so dangerous that no one could live there. "At least we'll die together," Lisa said with a sad smile. Maya shook her head. "We're not going to die. We're going to survive this." The ship hit the ground hard. Maya felt like someone had punched her in the chest. Everything went black. When Maya woke up, her head hurt badly. She could smell smoke. The ship was broken in many places. Sunlight came through holes in the walls. "Lisa!" Maya called out. "I'm here," Lisa answered from somewhere in the wreckage. "I think I broke my arm." Maya crawled toward Lisa's voice. She found her friend trapped under some metal. Together they worked to free Lisa's arm. It was hurt but not broken. "We need to get out of here," Maya said. "The ship might explode." They gathered what supplies they could carry: food, water, medical, kit, and Maya's gun. Then they climbed out through a hole in the side of the ship. The world outside was beautiful and terrifying. Strange purple trees grew everywhere. The sky was green instead of blue. In the distance, Maya could see mountains that glowed with soft light. "This doesn't look like a death world," Lisa said. Maya agreed. The air smelled clean. She could hear birds singing. Maybe the Federation lied about this place too. They started walking toward the glowing mountains. Maya hoped they would find shelter there. The sun was getting low, and she didn't want to spend the night in the open. After walking for 2 hours, they saw smoke rising from behind some trees. Maya held up her hand to stop Lisa. "Someone else is here," Maya whispered. They moved carefully through the trees. What they saw made them both stop and stare. A village sat in a small valley, but the houses were like nothing Maya had ever seen. They seemed to be grown from the trees themselves. The walls curved and twisted like branches. Soft light came from flowers that hung from the roofs. Walking between the houses were people who looked almost human. They were tall and thin, with pointed ears. Their skin was pale, and their hair was long and silver. Maya realized she was looking at elves. "Are those real elves?" Lisa whispered. Before Maya could answer, someone spoke behind them. "You are not supposed to be here, humans!" Maya spun around. A female elf stood 10 feet away. She wore clothes made of leaves and bark. Her green eyes were cold and angry. "We didn't mean to disturb you," Maya said quickly. "Our ship crashed. We're just looking for help." The elf studied them for a long moment. "I am Kira Thel. You are the humans the Sky People sent to die on this world. You know about that?" Lisa asked. "We know many things. We have been hiding from the Sky People for hundreds of years." Kira Thel stepped closer. "They call this a death world because they want others to stay away." "Why?" Maya asked. "Because this world has treasures they want to steal, and because we live here." Another elf appeared from the trees. This one carried a bow and moved like a hunter. Her red hair was braided with small bones and feathers. "Kira Thel, why are you talking to these humans?" the new elf asked. "Because they are like us now, Zara Lynn. The Sky People threw them away." Maya felt hope growing in her chest. "Will you help us?" Kira Thel was quiet for a moment. "Perhaps. But first, you must prove you are not enemies." The ground began to shake. A low, rumbling sound came from the mountains. The purple trees started to bend and sway. "Storm coming," Zara Lynn said. "Big one." Maya looked at the sky. Dark clouds were moving fast toward them. Lightning flashed inside. The clouds, but it was the wrong color. It was purple and green. "Our village will not survive this storm," Kira Thel said. Her voice was worried now. We must move everyone to the deep caves. How many people live here? Maya asked. 50 of our kind, and 12 others who crashed here before you. Others? Lisa said. Sky people from different worlds. They were also thrown away. The wind was getting stronger. Maya could see fear in the elves' eyes. She made a quick decision. I was a soldier for many years, Maya said. I know how to organize people in danger. Let me help you save everyone. Kirathel looked at Zara Lynn. The warrior elf nodded slowly. Very well, human Maya. Show us what you can do. Maya felt her training take over. Lisa, check how many wounded or sick people need help moving. Zara Lynn, how many strong people can carry supplies? Kirathel, where are these caves? For the next hour, Maya organized the evacuation like a military operation. The elves were surprised by how quickly she got everyone moving. Lisa used her medical training to help the sick and injured. As they carried the last of the supplies into the caves, the storm hit with terrible force. The wind howled like a living thing. Trees as thick as houses were torn from the ground. The purple lightning struck again and again, but everyone was safe in the deep caves. Maya sat next to a glowing crystal that gave off warm light. Around her, elves and strange alien beings worked together to set up sleeping areas. You saved us, Kirathel said, sitting down beside Maya. Perhaps the sky people made a mistake when they sent you here. Maya smiled. No. They made a mistake when they thought this world would kill us. She looked around at all the different faces in the cave. Elves with silver hair, blue-skinned beings with large eyes, a woman who seemed to be made of living crystal. They were all outcasts, all thrown away by the Federation. Maybe, Maya said quietly, we can build something new here, something better than what we left behind. Outside, the storm raged on, but inside the caves, something new was beginning. Maya didn't know it yet, but she had just taken the first step toward building a kingdom. The storm lasted 3 days. When it finally ended, Maya and the others came out of the caves to find a changed world. The purple trees had grown bigger, and their colors were brighter. New flowers bloomed everywhere. The air itself seemed to shimmer with energy. The storms feed the world, Kirathel explained as they walked back toward where the village had been. That is why we call them life storms. Maya was amazed. Where she expected to see destruction, she saw new growth. On my homeworld, storms only destroy things. Your world is different from ours, said a new voice. Maya turned to see one of the alien beings from the caves. This one had blue-green skin that looked wet, like a fish. Gills opened and closed on her neck as she breathed. I am Nixandra, the being said. I come from a water world. I have been studying this place for 2 years. What have you learned? Lisa asked. She was always eager to learn about new things. This world is not trying to kill us. It is trying to make us stronger. Nixandra pointed to a small cut on her hand. Watch. As Maya watched, the cut began to heal. In just a few minutes, there was no sign it had ever been there. The air here has special things in it, Nixandra explained. It makes healing faster. It makes life last longer. The Federation said the air was poison, Maya said. They lied, said another voice. This time it was a being that looked like she was made of living crystal. Her body was clear like glass, but with purple and blue colors moving inside it. I am Vexara, the crystal being said. I can speak with my mind to others. I can also speak to the crystals in this world. The crystals are alive? Lisa asked. Not alive like you and me, but they remember things. They store energy. They told me about the sky people who came here long ago. Vexara touched a nearby crystal formation. It began to glow softly. The sky people found this world 50 years ago. They learned about the healing air and the energy crystals. But when they found us living here, they decided to lie. They said the world was dangerous, so no one else would come, Kirathel added. They wanted to steal everything for themselves. Maya felt anger growing inside her. So they've been sending people here to die while they plan to take your world. Yes, Zara Lynn said, but now they made a mistake. They sent soldiers. Over the next few weeks, Maya learned more about her new world. The elves taught her about the plants and animals. Some were dangerous, but most were just different. The worst creatures were called void stalkers. They were big as trucks with black armor covering their bodies. They had too many teeth and glowing red eyes, but they only hunted at night and stayed away from the crystal formations. The crystals make a sound we cannot hear, Vexara explained. The void stalkers do not like this sound. Lisa spent her time learning about the healing powers of the world. She worked with an elf healer named Telandros. Together they found that mixing human medicine with elf plant knowledge made both work better. We could help so many people with this, Lisa told Maya one evening. The Federation has been looking for cures to diseases for hundreds of years. The answers were here all along. Maya was learning other things. Zaralyn taught her how to fight the dangerous animals. The elf warrior was faster than any human, but Maya was stronger and thought differently about fighting. You fight like the void stalkers think, Zaralyn said after a practice session. You use your mind more than your body. I was taught to think of fighting as a puzzle to solve, Maya explained. Good. We will need that thinking soon. Why? Zaralyn pointed toward the mountains. More void stalkers are coming. A whole pack of them. The crystals told Vexara they smell our mixed scents and are curious. That night, Maya lay awake planning. She had 23 people to protect now. Elves, humans, and aliens working together. They were becoming a real community. The void stalkers attacked 3 days later. Maya heard Vexara's mental warning just as the sun was setting. They come from the north. 12 of them. Maya had spent days preparing for this moment. Everyone to positions, she called out. The elves climbed into the trees with their bows. The aliens took cover behind crystal formations. Maya and Lisa crouched behind barriers made of metal from their crashed ship. The void stalkers came out of the forest like living shadows. They were even bigger than Maya had expected. Their red eyes glowed in the darkness. Wait, Maya whispered into the communication. Device Vexara had made from crystals. Let them get closer. The creatures spread out, trying to surround the village. Maya watched their movements. They were smart, but they moved like animals, not soldiers. Now, Maya said. Zaralyn and the other elves shot arrows from the trees, but these were not normal arrows. Lisa had helped coat them with a poison made from local plants. The arrows hit 3 void stalkers but only slowed them down. The creatures roared and charged toward the trees. That was what Maya had been waiting for. Light them up, she called. Vexara and the other crystal beings made the formations around the village glow as bright as the sun. The void stalkers stumbled and covered their eyes with their claws. Maya and the others opened fire with human weapons. The bullets did more damage than the arrows, but the creature's armor was thick. One void stalker broke through toward Lisa's position. Maya ran to help her friend, but Nixandra got there first. The water being sprayed some kind of acid from her gills. The void stalker's armor began to dissolve. When Maya shot it, the bullet went right through. The battle lasted only 10 minutes. When it was over, all 12 void stalkers were dead. No one in the village was seriously hurt. We did it, Lisa said, breathing hard. We did it together, Maya said. She looked around at the mixed group of fighters. No single species could have won that fight alone. Kirathel walked over to Maya. You lead well, human. You think of all of us, not just your own kind. We're all in this together now, Maya said. That night, they had a celebration. The elves sang songs about victory. The aliens shared stories from their home worlds. Maya felt something she had not felt since leaving Earth. She felt like she belonged somewhere. Maya, Vexara said, her mental voice quiet in Maya's mind. The crystals are telling me something important. What is it? More ships are coming, not void stalkers, sky people ships. Maya felt her stomach drop. Federation ships? Yes. They will be here in 1 month. Maya looked around at her new family. Elves and aliens who had trusted her. People who had worked together to build something good. Then we better get ready, Maya said, because I'm not letting anyone take this away from us. The celebration continued around them, but Maya was already planning. The Federation thought they were sending ships to a dead world. They were going to find something very different. They were going to find people who had learned to work together. People who had made a death world into a home, people who would fight to keep it. 6 months had passed since the Void Stalker attack. The small camp had grown into something that looked like a real town. Maya stood on a hill looking down at what they had built together. Houses made from a mix of human metal, elf-grown wood, and alien crystal technology. Gardens where earth vegetables grew next to elf herbs and alien food plants. "Hard to believe we started with just a crashed ship," Lisa said, walking up beside her. "Hard to believe the Federation thought this would kill us," Maya replied. The town now had over 200 people. More refugees arrived every few weeks. Some were criminals exiled like Maya and Lisa. Others were escaped slaves or people fleeing wars. Each group brought new skills and new problems. Maya walked down into the town square. In the center was a crystal formation that Vexara had grown. It glowed with soft blue light and let people communicate across the settlement. "Maya, we need to talk," came Vexara's mental voice through the crystal. Maya found the crystal being in her workshop. Vexara was working with a new arrival, a small furry alien with 6 arms. "This is Pipara," Vexara said. "She escaped from a Federation mining ship. She knows how to make weapons." Pipara chittered in her own language. Vexara translated. "She says the Federation has been building a large fleet. They plan to come here soon." Maya had been expecting this news, but it still made her worried. "How long do we have?" "Maybe 2 months, maybe less." Maya nodded. "Then we need to be ready." She called a meeting of the town council. This was a group with representatives from each species in the settlement. Kirathel spoke for the elves, Nixandra for the water people, Vexara for the crystal beings, and several others for the different alien groups. "The Federation is coming," Maya told them. "We need to decide what we're going to do." "We could hide in the deep caves again," suggested an alien with scales and wings. "For how long?" asked Zara Lynn. "They will search until they find us." "We could try to leave the planet," said another voice. "Where would we go?" Kirathel asked. "This is our home now." Maya listened to all the ideas. Finally, she spoke. "I think we should stay and fight." The room went quiet. "Fight the Federation?" asked Nixandra. "They have big ships with powerful weapons." "Yes, they do," Maya agreed. "But they think they're coming to an empty Deathworld. They don't know what we've built here." "What are you thinking?" Kirathel asked. Maya smiled. "I'm thinking it's time to show them what happens when you force different people to work together." Over. The next month, the entire settlement prepared for war. Lisa and the elf healers worked together to make medicine that could help with radiation and energy weapon burns. They also made weapons from local plants that could poison or paralyze enemies. Vexara and the crystal beings grew communication networks throughout the mountains and forests. They could now talk to each other instantly across hundreds of miles. Nixandra led a team to build hidden bases underwater in the planet's lakes and rivers. These could hide people and supplies during an attack. Zara Lynn trained fighters from all the different species. Each group had different strengths. The elves were fast and quiet. The crystal beings could not be hurt by energy weapons. The water people could breathe underwater and spit acid. Maya worked on the biggest project of all. Using parts from crashed ships and new technology they had developed, they built weapons that could shoot down spaceships. "Will it work?" Lisa asked as they tested the first weapon. Maya watched as the energy beam hit a target on a distant mountain. The rock melted, like ice in hot water. "It'll work," Maya said, but Maya's real plan was not just about weapons. She had learned something important about the different species working together. They were stronger as a group than any of them were alone. The Federation arrived on a quiet morning. 3 large warships appeared in the sky above the town. Maya stood in the main square with her council. They were not hiding. They wanted the Federation to see them. A voice came from the ships, broadcast through speakers. "Attention. This planet is under Federation quarantine. Any surviving personnel must surrender immediately for medical treatment and relocation." Maya picked up a communicator that Vexara had made. Her voice was broadcast back to the ships. "This is Captain Maya Rodriguez. We are not survivors. We are citizens of the Free Haven Collective. You are not welcome here." There was a long pause. "Captain Rodriguez, you were exiled for treason. You have no authority here." "I have the authority given to me by the people I protect," Maya replied. "Leave now, or we will defend ourselves." The Federation ships powered up their weapons. Maya gave the signal. All around the valley, hidden weapon positions opened fire. The energy beams struck the Federation ships like lightning. The ships' shields flickered and failed. At the same time, Zara Lynn led teams of fighters who launched small flying vehicles. These were built by combining elf magic with alien technology. They moved too fast for the big ships to hit. The small fighters attacked the Federation ships from all sides. The ship crews were confused. They had expected to find dying refugees, not an organized military force. "Impossible," came a voice from the lead ship. "How do you have this technology?" "We built it together," Maya replied. "Something you never learned how to do." The battle lasted 2 hours. When it was over, 2 Federation ships had crashed. The third was badly damaged and trying to retreat. Maya opened communications with the damaged ship. "This is your one warning," she said. "Tell the Federation that Kael'thara Prime is no longer their property. We are free people, and we will defend our freedom." The Federation ship limped away into space. That night, the town celebrated. But Maya was already thinking about what would come next. "They'll be back," she told her council, "with more ships." "Then we'll be ready," Kirathel said. "We have something they don't." "What's that?" asked Lisa. "We have each other," Vexara said through the crystal. "We are not just different species living in the same place. We are one people." Maya looked around at the faces in the room. Elves and humans and aliens from a dozen worlds. 6 months ago, they had been strangers. Now, they were family. "You're right," Maya said, "and that makes us stronger than any Federation fleet." The next morning, Maya stood on her hill again. But now she was not just looking at a town. She was looking at something new in the galaxy, a place where anyone could belong, where different people worked together instead of fighting each other, where the weak were protected and everyone had a voice. The Federation had tried to send them to die on a Deathworld. Instead, they had built something the galaxy had never seen before. They had built a kingdom of the free, and Maya intended to keep it that way. 3 weeks after the first battle, Maya stood in the war room they had built beneath the crystal formations. Maps of the star system covered the walls. Red marks showed where Federation forces were gathering. 27 ships, reported Zara Lynn, pointing to the displays. "They are waiting just outside our solar system." Maya studied the numbers. The Free Haven Collective had grown strong, but 27 warships was a lot to fight. "Any word from our allies?" Maya asked. Vexara's crystal body flickered with colors. "The rebel groups on 5 worlds are ready to help, but they cannot reach us in time." Maya nodded. She had been sending messages through Vexara's crystal network to oppressed people throughout the galaxy. Many wanted to help, but the Federation controlled most of the space lanes. "What about Admiral Morrison?" Lisa asked. Maya frowned. Kate Morrison had been her friend once, before the corruption scandal. Now Morrison commanded the Federation fleet preparing to attack them. "She's following orders," Maya said. "But maybe we can make her remember who she used to be." The door opened and Kirathel entered with a worried expression. "Maya, we have a problem. The Federation is not just bringing warships." "What do you mean?" "They are bringing colony ships. Ships full of Federation settlers." Maya felt her blood go cold. "They plan to take over the planet completely." "Worse," Kirathel continued. Nixandra intercepted their communications. "They plan to remove all current inhabitants first." "Remove?" Lisa asked. "Kill," Zara Lynn said bluntly. "They cannot let anyone live who knows the truth about this world." Maya was quiet for a moment. Then she smiled, but it was not a happy smile. "Then we need to make sure everyone in the galaxy knows the truth." She turned to Vexara. "How far can your crystal network reach?" "With enough power? Very far." "But what are you thinking?" "I'm thinking it's time for a galaxy-wide broadcast. For..." The next week, Maya worked on the most important plan of her life. Not a battle plan, but a truth plan. Lisa and the medical team prepared evidence about the planet's healing properties. They had proof that the air here could cure diseases that killed millions across the galaxy. Kirathel and the elves gathered evidence of their ancient history on the planet. They had lived here for thousands of years before the Federation even knew it existed. The alien refugees shared their stories of Federation crimes, slavery, murder, theft of entire worlds. Meanwhile, Vexara and the crystal beings worked to boost their communication network. They needed enough power to reach every world in the galaxy at once. "It will use all our stored energy," Vexara warned. "We will be defenseless during the broadcast." "That's a risk we have to take," Maya said. The Federation fleet arrived 2 days early. Maya watched from the command center as 27 warships entered orbit around Kelthera Prime. Behind them came the colony ships, ready to bring in new settlers. Admiral Morrison's voice came through the communications. "People of Kelthera Prime, this is Admiral Kate Morrison of the Federation Fleet. You have 48 hours to surrender unconditionally. If you do not surrender, we will begin orbital bombardment." Maya picked up her communicator. "Hello, Kate. It's been a while." There was a long pause. "Maya Rodriguez. I hope the reports were wrong. That I was alive? Or that I built something good here?" "Maya, please don't make me do this. Surrender now and I promise you'll get a fair trial." Maya almost laughed. "Like the fair trial I got before?" "Kate, you know what they're really doing here. I follow orders, Maya. That's what soldiers do. Even when the orders are wrong." Another pause. "You have 48 hours. The communication ended. Maya turned to her team. "It's time." She activated the planet-wide announcement system. "People of the Freehaven Collective, this is your last day of peace. Tomorrow, we fight for our freedom. But tonight, we tell the galaxy the truth." All across the planet, people gathered around crystal formations, families from dozens of different worlds, all united in one purpose. Maya began the broadcast. "People of the galaxy, my name is Captain Maya Rodriguez. 6 months ago, the Federation sent me and my crew to die on a planet they called a Deathworld. Tonight I speak to you from the capital of the Freehaven Collective, a nation built by people the Federation threw away. The Crystal Network carried her words to every inhabited world in the galaxy. Maya could feel the attention of billions of people. The Federation told you that Kelthera Prime was uninhabitable. They lied. This world could cure diseases that have killed your loved ones. They kept this secret so they could profit from your suffering." Maya showed the medical evidence, pictures of people healed by the planet's air, data about the chemicals that could save lives. "The Federation told you this world was empty. They lied. It is home to the elves, who have lived here for thousands of years in peace." Kira Thel stepped forward and spoke in her clear musical voice. She told the galaxy about her people's long history, their knowledge of nature, their desire to share, their wisdom. "The Federation told you that different species cannot work together. They lied about that, too." Maya showed images of their town, humans and elves and aliens from many worlds working side by side, building homes together, raising children together, creating art and music and technology together. "Tomorrow, the Federation will try to destroy us because we proved their lies wrong. We ask nothing from you except that you remember the truth. Remember that there is another way to live." The broadcast showed refugees from across the galaxy finding home and safety in the Freehaven Collective. It showed the medical advances they had made together. It showed children playing games that mixed traditions from a dozen worlds. "We are not rebels. We are not criminals. We are free people who choose to work together instead of fighting each other." As Maya spoke, something unexpected happened. Messages began coming back through the Crystal Network. People on other worlds were watching, and some of them were doing more than watching. "Maya," Vexara said urgently, "rebellion has started on the Centauri colonies. Workers are refusing to work." More reports came in. Protests on the core worlds. Ships of oppressed aliens heading toward their system. Federation troops refusing to follow orders. Admiral Morrison's voice cut into the broadcast. "Captain Rodriguez, cut your transmission immediately. You are inciting rebellion across the galaxy." Maya smiled. "No, Kate. I'm just telling the truth. Something you used to care about. Maya, please, if you don't stop this, they'll order me to destroy your entire planet. Then you'll have to make a choice, won't you?" The broadcast continued for 6 more hours. By the time it ended, the galaxy had changed. 17 Federation worlds had declared independence. 3 Federation fleets had mutinied. And most importantly, the Freehaven Collective was no longer alone. As dawn broke over Kelthera Prime, Maya stood on her hill one last time as just a refugee leader. The Federation ships were still in orbit, but now they were surrounded by ships from the rebel worlds. The Freehaven Collective's allies had arrived just in time. Maya's communicator crackled. "Maya, this is Admiral Morrison. I'm bringing my ship down to the surface. I want to talk." Maya smiled. Her old friend was finally remembering who she used to be. "Come on down, Kate. We have a lot to discuss." The war for freedom was about to begin. But Maya wasn't worried anymore. They had the truth on their side, and in the end, the truth was stronger than any fleet. Admiral Kate Morrison's shuttle landed in the main square of the Freehaven Collective. Maya waited there with her council, watching her old friend step out onto the soil of the world the Federation had tried to make their grave. Kate looked older. Then Maya remembered. Her uniform was perfect, but her eyes were tired. "Maya," Kate said quietly. "Kate," Maya replied. "Welcome to our kingdom." Kate looked around at the mixed group standing with Maya. Elves with their silver hair and pointed ears, blue-skinned Nixandra with her gills fluttering, crystal-bodied Vexara glowing softly in the morning light. "This is impossible," Kate said. "Different species can't work together like this." "Why not?" asked Kira Thel, stepping forward. "We all want the same things. Safety for our families, food for our children, a chance to live in peace." Kate studied the elf diplomat. "You're really thousands of years old?" "I have seen many seasons," Kira Thel replied. "Your Federation is very young compared to my people. You still think in terms of taking instead of sharing." Maya gestured toward a building made of grown wood and crystal supports. "Let's talk inside." In the council chamber, Kate sat across from Maya and the other leaders. Through the crystal windows, she could see Federation ships in the sky surrounded by rebel vessels. "Your broadcast caused chaos across the galaxy," Kate said. 17 worlds have declared independence. 3 of my fellow admirals have joined the rebels. Is that why you're here?" Maya asked. Kate was quiet for a moment. "I'm here because I remembered something. Do you remember the oath we took when we became officers?" "To protect the innocent and serve the cause of peace," Maya recited. "When did we stop doing that?" Maya leaned forward. "When we started following orders instead of following our conscience. The Federation Council is demanding I destroy this entire planet," Kate said. "They say you're too dangerous to live." "And what do you think?" asked Zara Lynn. Kate looked at the elf warrior. "I think they're right. You are dangerous. You're dangerous to everything they've built their power on." "So what are you going to do?" Maya asked. Kate smiled for the first time since arriving. "I'm going to resign my commission and ask if you have room for one more refugee." The room erupted in surprised voices. Maya held up her hand for quiet. "Kate, if you do this, there's no going back." "There's already no going back, Maya. After your broadcast, half the galaxy knows the truth. The Federation as we knew it is finished." Vexara's body flickered with colors. "Admiral Morrison, the other Federation ships are requesting orders. Their crews are confused about what to do." Kate stood up. "Patch me through to the fleet." Maya nodded to Vexara, who activated the communication system. "This is Admiral Morrison to all Federation vessels. After reviewing the evidence presented by the Freehaven Collective, I am ordering all ships to stand down. Any personnel who wish to remain with the Federation may return to core space immediately. Any who wish to join the rebellion are welcome to stay." There was silence for a moment. Then voices began coming through the speakers. "Admiral, this is Captain Lee of the destroyer Titan. My crew votes to join the rebels. Admiral Morrison, this is the medical ship Mercy. We want to study this planet's healing properties. This is the cargo vessel New Hope. We're tired of carrying weapons. We want to carry food and medicine instead." By the end of the day, only 3 ships had left to return to Federation space. The rest joined the growing fleet of free peoples, orbiting Calthera Prime. But Maya knew this was just the beginning. Over the next 3 months, the galaxy changed completely. The corrupt Federation Council fell from power, replaced by representatives from the rebel worlds. The new government was based on cooperation instead of domination. Calthera Prime became the meeting place for species from across the galaxy. The planet's healing properties and the crystal communication network made it perfect for diplomacy and trade. Maya found herself elected as the first president of the Freehaven Collective. But she was not a dictator. The government was a council with representatives from every species in the collective. Lisa became the director of medical research, working with healers from dozens of worlds to unlock the secrets of the planet's healing powers. Kirathel became the Minister of Environmental Protection, making sure the planet's resources were used wisely and sustainably. Zaralyn led the Collective Defense Force, training soldiers from many species to work together. Vexara managed the Crystal Communication Network that now connected free worlds across the galaxy. Nixandra developed new technologies for underwater cities and space stations. Even Kate Morrison found a new purpose, becoming the head of the Integration Department, helping refugees from the old Federation find new homes. 6 months after the revolution, Maya stood once again on her favorite hill. But now the valley below was a city of 500,000 people from more than 50 different worlds. Children played in the streets, their games mixing traditions from across the galaxy. Markets sold food and art from countless cultures. Schools taught history and science and magic side by side. Hard to believe it all started with a crashed ship, Lisa said, joining Maya on the hill. Hard to believe the Federation thought exile was a punishment, Maya replied. They watched as a new group of refugees landed in the spaceport. These were families fleeing war in a distant system, looking for a new home where their children could grow up in peace. Do you ever miss the old days? Lisa asked. Maya thought about it. She remembered being a Federation captain, following orders without question. She remembered believing that humans were better than other species. She remembered thinking that strength meant domination. No, Maya said finally. I like who we've become better than who we were. A young elf child ran up the hill toward them. She was one of the first children born after the collective was founded. Her parents were an elf healer and a human engineer. President Maya, the child called out. Look what I can do. The child held out her hands. In her palms, she grew a small flower using elf magic. But this flower was different. It glowed with the same energy as the crystals. She's combining elf magic with crystal technology, Lisa whispered in amazement. Maya knelt down to the child's level. That's beautiful, Arya. What are you going to do with your flower? I'm going to give it to my friend Zek. His family just arrived from the Outer Rim. I want him to feel welcome. Maya smiled. This child represented everything they had built. She was living proof that different peoples could not just coexist, but create something new and wonderful together. That's a very good idea, Maya said. The child ran off to find her friend. Maya and Lisa watched her go. You know what the best part is? Lisa said. What's that? The Federation sent us here to die. Instead, we built the future. Maya looked out over the city again. Ships from across the galaxy came and went constantly. Every day brought new people, new ideas, new possibilities. The Free Haven Collective had become exactly what its name promised. A haven for anyone seeking freedom. A collective where every voice mattered. They thought a Deathworld would kill us, Maya said quietly. Instead, Lisa finished, we made it our kingdom. As the sun set over Kael'thara Prime, the crystal formations began to glow with their soft evening light. The city below buzzed with the sounds of 100 different languages, all united in the common purpose of building something better. Maya had learned something important during her time on this world. It wasn't about humans being better than aliens, or one species being stronger than another. It was about what happened when people chose cooperation over conflict, when they chose unity over division, when they chose to build instead of destroy. The Federation had tried to send them to a death world. Instead, they had created a world where anyone could truly live. And that, Maya thought as she walked back down toward the lights of the city, was the greatest victory of all.